Me, Raymondo Lee. I hope that you're all okay and your January is going well if you're watching this in January. Obviously, you might be watching this at other times. So, I just want to, if you're watching this and you're thinking, well, what's this about? I don't really understand what I'm watching. So, I've been asked a few questions about how to get to the Les Ormes campsite from St Malo, and I figured the best way for me to do this would be to show you the route on Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then I can talk about it a little bit as we're flying along the route. And I think it's a good way to show you some of the places that I've been, and then talk to you a little bit about the actual site itself. So make yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or a glass of water, whatever it is you like to drink, and relax, and I hope you enjoy this. Please hit that thumbs up. That would be awesome. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, because I share lots of videos from the UK. Travel vlogs, going for different places. We do a lot of geocaching, and this year we're doing a lot of theme parks and a lot of different things to do with Merlin, because we bought Merlin passes this year. So I hope you enjoy this flight, and it's more of a travel vlog to kind of explain a few things to you. So we'll get up in the air. I'm ignoring everything it says for us to do. Right, so when you arrive in France, in St Malo, I'm going to show you where you would basically dock. So we flew overnight. We sailed overnight from Portsmouth, sailing to St Malo. So we got up early, had us breakfast. So if you are sailing and you want a breakfast, make sure you get up early enough to go and get your breakfast before you get into port. They do like a full English breakfast, but personally I would not have another one because I didn't really enjoy it. Muffins though, fantastic, so I'd go for, something along them lines, but you get what you want at the end of the day, don't you? So I'm basically, you're going to arrive quite early in the morning, or just about 8 o'clock I think it is. So you will have quite a bit of time to spend during the day. So yeah, Dinan is a beautiful place to visit, but also clearly St Malo is also a beautiful place to visit. So we'll go over Dinan, and then we'll fly straight over St Malo. So yeah, St Malo's a absolutely beautiful place, and I definitely recommend you spend the day here. If you get the chance, even if it's just driving back, because the journey time is not going to be that long, to be fair, to take us to the campsite. So you could just come for the day during your holiday. Although we've been on the way back, so we had a night here, went into town, and yeah, beautiful place. There's a massive car park down here you can park in, and this walled part of the town here, it's really nice. It is kind of geared up for tourists, I'd say, nowadays. They have a lot of stuff happening in summertime though, so yeah, it's well worth a visit. Right, so you're going to come in here on this wingtip there, as you can see. That's basically where you port, and then you'll be coming along this road here. Sat-nav could take you one of two ways, but generally the sat-nav takes us up this road here and straight out of St. Malo up to this roundabout. Try and bring us down a little bit, and then this roundabout basically is get down a little bit. It's going to bring us onto the main route where we will be going. And once you get onto this road, folks, it's pretty much all the way up to a crossroads. So this is the D137, folks. You'll be following this road pretty much all the way to the crossroads, which I'll explain to you about in a minute. Over on the left wingtip, right over there, is a small fishing town called Cancale. It's famous for its shellfish, but it is a really, really cool place to visit. If you're looking for a day out, that's another place to go for a day out. But we're heading for the Les Ormes site, so I'm going to take you straight along the main route. Like I say, you will follow this main road all the way along. And then I will make the turning at the correct place. So you will be joining the N176, which then turns into the E401. And what you've got to be mindful of, folks, is there is speed cameras. Not on this section so much. I don't remember seeing one on this section, but definitely on the E401 joining this road, coming back, I spotted one, and I almost thought it had caught me out because it tells you to drop your speed quite drastically, and then you're joining off, rejoining this road, and then your speed increases. So you've just got to be mindful of that camera. So I'm going to take you down to the actual junction itself, and then I'm going to make the turn. And you can see it is quite flat, really, the area, but it's obviously when you get to Dinan, you've got a big hill to climb there, and I'm going to show you Mont Dol as well, and that's its own unique hill. Right, so now you're coming up to the junction where you'll be getting off. And it's quite a big junction, but don't really find it at this point to be too busy. So you'll be getting on the right hand side here, obviously you'll be getting off and then going left. So what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to take you all the way down to Dol de Bretagne and Mont Dol and show you those two areas, as they are worth showing you. And you're going to Dol de Bretagne anyway to get to the campsite, as it is the quickest route. So somebody did ask me how long it takes to get to Les Ormes from St. Malo. It takes between 30 and 40 minutes. The journey time really isn't that long, but we gave ourselves about an hour and a half, an hour, because we like to get there in plenty of time, just in case there's any issues on the roads. Especially when you're coming back. Anyway, obviously when you're going to the campsite, it won't take you long. So you need to try and make the most of your day and find things to do. So hence why I recommended St Malo as a place to visit, or Dinan. You could go to Dinan for a day. You could just go to Dol. There's a few places you can go to. So if you check out my playlist, I've got 2 playlists on the go, folks, that's worth looking at. So I've got the Brittany playlist, which shows you lots of things around Brittany, although it covers the entire Brittany, because I've been to a few different places. And then I've got my 2023 Vendée and Brittany playlist. So on that playlist, we had a holiday in the Vendée, and then we spent a week in Brittany, here. So they're specific to this area. So I highly recommend you check that out. It's well worth a look. And you can see all the places that we've been and the things that we've done. If you come in here because you've watched my Les Ormes videos, thank you very much. If you have come here and not seen the Les Ormes videos but are planning on going there, then also check out my videos, please, because I will show you quite a bit. I'll have a walk around of the site. I will show you the night swimming there and some of the activities that we did. So we're now coming up to Dol de Bretagne, and we've also got Mont Dol. So first thing I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to swing over Mont Dol. Now, we were here in August, so I mean the car park was busy when we got here at Mont Dol. If you go in at other times of year, it might be quieter. I don't know, but I was able to get parked by parking on the edge of the car park. But yeah, so it's definitely worth a visit. It's just one big hill basically, and so what you'll find here in Mont Dol is there's a church, a very small chapel. Sorry, not a church. It's wrong to say it's a church. It's a chapel. There's a tower and a windmill, and there's a lovely little cafe to visit, and obviously it's got fantastic views of all the bay. And right in the distance over there, you can see Mont St Michael. And if it's a lovely day, you get a cracking view of Mont St Michael. So, yeah, definitely worth a little drive up. So, yeah, you'll be coming into Dol. You have to go through Dol to get to the Les Ormes site. But I think what I need to show you, folks, is when you get off the junction here and you're heading into Dol, there is a big supermarket in the back of town here. So yeah, obviously Dol's a fantastic place to visit, and I'd highly recommend you walk around town. Bear in mind that when it's market day it gets busy, but I'd highly recommend you visit the cathedral. I have done a visit on a walk around this lovely town, and I do plan on coming back and exploring it a bit more next time. But the supermarket's just below us here. It's a massive supermarket, folks. You can pretty much get everything you need there. So now we're going to head down towards the campsite. Now it's a pretty straight road, folks. You'll be following. Make sure I get on the right road, that might help. So yeah, so once you've got through the town, you will be following. It's a pretty much straight road. It will take you all the way to Les Ormes. So let's get on the road, get down to Les Ormes. Like I say, it's a pretty straight road all the way down. So the only thing you've got to be mindful of when you're heading down here, the one thing you need to be mindful of is the speed camera. So a few people have mentioned this speed camera, but I need to point it out to you. So basically, just before you get into Les Ormes campsite, you've got a hill you have to go down, and there is a speed camera there. So personally, I didn't see an issue with it. There's at no time was I going over the speed limit heading down, because you're making a turn anyway. You turn into Les Ormes, so it shouldn't really catch you out, because there's a clear sign that tells you when the speed limit drops. So just be mindful of it. It is the reason why the speed limit is reduced is because obviously you've got the campsite entrance, and you can actually do a walk that takes you along the side of it. So yeah, just be mindful of that, folks. Right, so here we are coming into Les Ormes. This won't actually show you the dome. This video does not show you the dome. This rendering is not good enough to show you the dome, but it's good enough to show you the area. So you'll be making a turn here, folks, and coming into the campsite. That's the Les Ormes apartment block there with a little pool. You'll be making a turn here, and the reception's just there, basically in the middle. And that's building there. That's really where the dome is now. It's in that area anyway. So yeah, and then you got an outdoor pool there, and that's where they have all the entertainment. And then you got all the caravans. The place don't do it justice, folks. Just how big this site is. It is a big site, as you can see. There's lots to do here. You've got the golf course at the back. You've got all this area here, which is fantastic. A lot of the Eurocamp ones are at the back end of here. But to be fair though, they are scattered around the site. You've got a big playing field here where they play cricket. A fishing pond there. You've got the actual chateau here, although it don't show you the chateau on that picture. And then you've got another hotel there with 2 swimming pools. I think they are cold swimming pools though, but they are good for doing lengths. And you can visit it at any time. I don't think there's anything stopping you visiting. So yeah, that's how you get to Les Ormes. So if you've watched this far and that's all you really wanted to see, thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying it, we'll continue. I'm going to show you Combourg. Again, I've also done a video on Combourg. And then we'll do a little flight over Dinan. So Combourg is only a few miles down the same road, and once again, there is a supermarket here in Combourg. So Combourg is a little commune. Well, it's smaller than Dol, and it does have a lake. And a beautiful chateau as well. I have done a short walk around of this place, so I'd highly recommend you check it out, folks. We went there to do a few geocaches, and we had a little walk around the town, and I checked out the church. But yeah, there is a supermarket here as well. And then we're going to do that, and then I'm just going to take you to the last place, which is Dinan. Once we've checked out Combourg. So you're basically roundabout. I think there might be 2 roundabouts actually, and one will take you into the supermarket part of town, and the other takes you to the end of town where the lake is. Okay, folks, so we are coming up to the town. Oh, it might not be a roundabout, might be the junction there. I think it's that junction there, if you want to head into that part of town where the supermarket is. Which I think might be that there, I'm not 100% sure. And then what we did, we came off this roundabout on the left wingtip there, on the right wingtip, sorry. We parked on this road here and we walked into town. The chateau is there on the nose, and then you got the beautiful lake. Well, I suppose when you look at it, you know, it's actually quite a big little town. Big little. Yeah, it's not a bad size, I guess. But yeah, it's, if you're in the area and you want to go shopping, supermarket here. But it's also worth a walk around, and the cathedral, the church here is really nice. Right, straight on now, folks, to our final place I want to show you, and that's going to be Dinan. A bit of a climb, folks. Let's get the plane up a little bit. So yeah, the background behind Dinan and why we visited Dinan this year. Last year. So we've got friends that live in Guernsey, and we'd arranged to meet in Dinan. We picked what we believe would be a quiet day, and it turned out to be very busy in Dinan on the day we visited. I mean, bear in mind we did visit in the summer holidays, and it is a big tourist town. So our initial plan was to park in Le Hon, and we drove to the car park in Le Hon, and it was actually my idea to park in Le Hon and walk along the river, the Lorance, and it seemed like a great idea. Now, the problem is, getting to the car park itself was a nightmare because it was a one-way street. And something was happening in Le Hon that day, and the car park was absolutely full. There was absolutely no spaces. Now, bearing in mind we were in the middle of meeting our friends, we then had to message them and tell them that we could not make it. So, our plan from then on was to drive into Dinan city centre, or town centre, and try and find parking. So, we drove around, and literally every car park we went to was full, with the exception of the Hotel de Ville car park. So, well, I think that's what it's called, but that's where we went anyway. So yeah, we get to the parking car park. It said there's 90 spaces free, so we thought, well, at least there's some spaces in here. What we didn't realise, because we've never been here before, is that we end up driving all the way around the car park, could not find a space, and in the end we ended up going to the underground car park, which is underneath it. It's part of the same car park. Drove around there, could not find any spaces on the first level, so drove back around again, and then we ended up going to the lower levels. Now I'm in a fairly big car, so it was a very tight squeeze down there, but we were able to get a space luckily. And someone did comment on my video this week that I did, and gave me some very useful information. So thank you very much for your very kind advice, and suggest that I park next time in the Rue de Port car park. So if you go in, check out the Rue de Port, because it's a very big car park. However, it is at the bottom of the hill. Now, we actually did walk down there, and we was actually underneath the viaduct Dinan, and then we actually walked up to the St. Catherine at the top. So yeah, you can actually go from the Rue de Port and walk all the way up to the little bridge, and then you can walk up Rue de Petit Fort. But obviously, when we visited Dinan, we walked down the Rue de Petit Fort and then walked back up to get to the St. Catherine. So yeah, next time I think I'm going to head for the Rue de Port. So thank you very much for that advice. We are planning on coming back in 2025. So we might go to Dinan again for the day. But if we do meet our friends, if friends don't want to come and join us at Les Ormes, then we'll try and plan something else and visit another town. So yeah, we're now almost at Dinan. So the way you go to Dinan, there's a couple of ways you can go. You can go cross country, which is what I did, or you can follow the main road back towards St. Malo and just keep going down that dual carriageway, and it takes you straight into Dinan. It is actually probably the quickest way to get back, to be honest. Because we were going to Le Hon, it took us through the villages of St. Solon. In fact, I might be able to show you Le Hon. So yeah, thanks for listening to all my waffle. I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to check out my videos. Like I said, we did visit the area in August, and the weather was in Brittany was a pleasant 20 to 22 degrees. So great for walking. And we had some days where it was actually hotter than that, 25, 26, but they were quite muggy days and humid. Right, so let's get down into the city. Is it a city? I don't know. It's a commune anyway. So here is the viaduct, as you can see, straight ahead of us. La Hon is actually down this end here, which is where I initially wanted to park. We'll see if I can get the plane quite low, and then I can show you what I mean by the hill. Basically, La Hon is there on the nose. And that's where initially we were going to park. Then walk up the riverbank. Just to make it into a bit more of a walk. I'll give the plane a turn, and then turn icon, turn. There we go, folks. So yeah, this is where we were initially going to park, down here. But the parking was just, oh, it was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. So we weren't able to park there at all in the end. It's a shame really, because we wanted to walk along. Yeah, so you come up here and then you have to drive up here and then you park there. But yeah, it weren't to be, so we had to go into the main town in the end. We had planned to walk through this valley here. But I guess a lot of people perhaps have done the same thing. So there's the viaduct, and the car park that the person commented on is actually here, and there's a big field here with camping. The car park's there. It don't really do it justice, to be fair, folks. And there's the bridge, and there's the hill into the main part of Dinan, up to the town centre. So yeah, highly recommend you visit Dinan. Anyway, you should not have troubles parking, to be honest. I think it was just I was unlucky, and the car park was just very busy the day we visited. And to be fair, I'd not really planned it well enough. I normally plan my trips out a lot more. I don't think I gave it enough attention regarding the parking. But yeah, it was worth it. It's still a great day. Okay, so there was one other thing we did as well afterwards. We wanted to go somewhere where the kids could have a bit of a play together. So just outside down here is a small village. I found it on the maps, so it was a bit random. I looked for it on the maps, and we did actually come along this road here to get out of town. I wonder if I can find it on the maps, because it's nearly where we're actually landing. It certainly weren't far away. Anyway, just to give you a little bit of backstory behind this, I never thought to mention this, but yeah, we came along here. And we got off somewhere into one of these villages. There's a village along this, basically where we're landing. You know what? I think it was over here, past this roundabout here. Yes, it was. Remember now. So yeah, along here was a small village, and there's a park. So we get to the village, and I think it was here. Oh no, it may not have been here. Anyway, so the village itself, it was around here somewhere. We went to the park, and the first thing that we needed to do is we needed to find a toilet for a week, because we was desperate. So we had to go and ask this random person, and she told us where to go to this building, and it was like a council building, but they don't really let you use the toilets. But very kind of them, bless them. They let us use the toilets, and we were quite desperate. And yeah, very, very kind of them indeed. And then the kids went and played football, and you know, football has no borders. It has no borders. The kids found a group of French kids to play football with, and they played football together for absolutely ages, and it was absolutely brilliant to see. They're all having so much fun together, and yeah, football has no borders. And my kids, my son in particular, likes to play with anyone. So yeah, it was great, and it really made the afternoon, that did, because we got to spend some time. The kids got to spend some time playing with us, and we all got to have a bit of a game of football with the French locals, and yeah, it were really good. And you know, I'm sick of people saying about French people not being nice. In England, a lot of people say French people aren't very nice, but you know what? That's never our experience. We always find French people to be lovely people, and the kids were just loving it. You know, they were just really enjoying playing together. And you know, a bit of a language barrier was we were able to speak a little bit of French. They were able to speak a little bit of English, but it certainly didn't stop us all from playing. Right, so that's it. I'm starting to lose my voice a bit, guys and girls. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please remember to hit the like button. Consider subbing to the channel if you're not already subbed. That'd be amazing. And yeah, thank you very much. I've enjoyed the flight. I've enjoyed telling you stuff about it, and I hope you have a great day wherever it is you're doing. So that's it, yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. And I hope it was insightful, and I hope it helped you in some way. Catch you later, folks. Bye.